Hey guys, good evening everyone. It's a Saturday. Happy Saturday, everybody. And today we are going to discuss how the market performed as of Friday. Yeah. And even though I know it's a holiday on Monday, uh, we will still be reviewing our stocks so that we are prepared come Tuesday. Okay. At the same time, so I have already gathered all your requests from the comments that I have received. At the same time, if just in any case your stocks are not part of the list today, feel free to drop a comment so that I can create another one. I have so much time on my plate every weekend, so I might have to record another one if you will drop a comment. And also, I'm inviting everyone to hit the subscribe and the notification bell so that you're always updated whenever we have new videos. Okay. All right. So where are we now? In the index. So looking at the index right now. So by the way, I'm using a Bollinger Band. So this is a Bollinger Band, and the settings is just the default. And I'm using RSI as well for our main indicators here. And so what is happening at the moment is that we had a breakdown in the price for the index, and we're now moving lower than the MA20 level. So I just feel like there's a lot of negative sentiment towards the Philippine market at the moment, right? And that simply shows most likely we'll have the same fate for the other stocks in the index, primarily the 30 main stocks, right? Let's see later on if your requests or if the stocks that I will be mentioning here are part of the index. Look at this. So it went lower than the ME20 line. So what I can see is a possibility that it could drop some more and probably reach around the 5,818 level because you had some consolidation right here. Choose the yellow. So you have some consolidation there also at one point here. So let's first check that out. Maybe it'll stabilize at that level before it even drops at the 5,690 area. Okay. What's happening? Oh, yeah, let's use the yellow one. So this is the first area of support I'm looking at for the index. There. Okay, so just be extra careful because we already broke the MA20 line, so that means we could trigger some more downtrend in terms of performance. All right. So the first stock that I will be covering today is also one of the um, key players in the Philippine market. BDO, one of the biggest companies, and yeah, big player in the index. So what is happening at the moment is it has reached what? It it reached the bottom fourth time now, right? This is a not that. Look at that. First, second, third, and now attempting to reach fourth. And notice what happens each time it touches the bottom area. So you see a bounce, right? See that bounce? See that? Most likely we will also do the same, probably stabilize at the area of 85.15. And my recommendation is we understand that it is already at a cheap level. I still suggest that you wait for that green candlestick to come out around the 85.15 level before you enter. I just feel like it will touch that area. So it could be a little higher or could even have a slight overshoot lower than 85.15 because it's an area. So the key um, influencer here, if I may play this. By the way, I also have a position here. I'd wait for a green candlestick to add more volume. Why will I add some more volume? Because this is one of the key players in the country. It has a solid foundation. It's just that market sentiment is really down at the moment, but for long-term investors, if your perspective in entering this stock is for long-term investing, um, it's for me, it's worth entering early for this type of stock because you will not be scared that this stock will stay at the bottom or it would dip some more because it's one of the more stable companies, right? They're just badly hit. Okay, so that's what we are looking at. So still red, but let's just wait for that key hint before we enter. CHP. Okay, for CHP, I feel that because of the aggressive move to increase this stock happened the past few weeks, people are now taking profit. Do you see that? So I will not be surprised if in the coming days you will have a decline in the price because it has already increased significantly, and let's just face it, people are taking profit at the moment, and it will drop potentially around the 1.25 level. That's where I'm seeing as the next possible drop because you have your um, here previous resistance. So because we managed to break out of that, when it drops, it will revisit that level before it continues to move higher. Okay, so if you still are interested in getting in a CHP, I suggest wait for that bounce before you get in. But I feel that this is just the first wave. Um, there's another indicator that's called the Elliott wave, and normally when a stock is in an uptrend, it starts with around 3 to 5 waves. So when I say wave, it means like it goes up, it retraces a little bit, and then creates a higher high, and then it retraces again, and then retrace. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. So when it reaches the fifth spot there, normally that's when you have your decline. The sentiment is already at its saturation point in terms of price increase, and then eventually people will take profit, and then it will break that. For now, what I'm looking at is we're just here at the first wave. Okay, then it retraces. That's number 2. But we can talk about that on a different segment. I'm not really very uh, I'm not an expert in this kind of indicator, but I know how it works. I can probably create a video of that on a different episode. For now, just watch out for it to drop potentially around 1.24. Next is AGI. AGI stabilizing, right? I'd like to use this level as our support, 6.04. So we might just be touching that. Okay, so you might have a fluctuation in the price. We don't really know if it's going to touch the 6.04 level in just the span of a day, or it could take a few more days, or even stabilize at that area. But what I'm seeing is that it might drop up to the 6.04 level before it takes off again. So far, you're still at a very cheap level. Look at that. See? Because this stock has also dropped so much. And you're now moving sideways before it goes higher. One thing to take note of here is also the foreign buying that's present. And we're now at the 52 level in our RSI. That means momentum is already picking up. The next one is TEL. Let's take a look at TEL. Oh wow, TEL still has that momentum, 46 million foreign buying. So we might, you know, there could be a chance, right? Around the 2000, it could even revisit that. So if you believe in TEL, of course, one of the biggest players in the country, right? Imagine the price 1,479 level. So if I'm to look at it, because I bet a lot of you guys engaged in TEL are long-term investors. So this in a weekly chart, this is the new support that I am seeing. So we had a breakout. So most likely it will push the price some more in the coming weeks or even months, because we just reached the bottom right here at the 856 level, and we're still at a very cheap level here. Just looking at the trend of TEL, because at one point it even reached around the 3,000 level, and we're now at a very discounted price. So I understand this has been giving us consistent dividend. Every 3 months? March, April, May, June, July, August. 5 months. Yeah. So 36, 30, 36, 38. So 36 plus 38. Let's say they give out twice a year. So 74 divided by, let's say you get that at 1,470. That's a 5% dividend, 5% passive income each year. So if you're okay with that kind of return on investment each year for those, passive investors, that's already, I think, better. It's a better price than what you have um, when you put your money in the bank, right? Next is SM. As for SM over here, oh no. So we're currently sitting at a support, but we just have to be extra careful, because when it breaks the 850 level, that's a different story. We might trigger some more downtrend movement here. And the next possible drop could be around the 799 or 800 level. So those are your key levels to watch out for. So two things, right? You can look at 850 and probably wait for a green candlestick to come out and then enter right there. Otherwise, if it breaks that, you might consider catching it around 799, because that is the nearest support that I see after 850. You have so this one over here, it increased it. So there's a significant change in the volume. It also increased, but eventually people took profit right away. That's not much, not much. So imagine that. So from here, let's say from here to here, it's a 6.4% increase, and they exited their positions right away. Okay, so people right now are just trading the market in a very conservative manner. Even the foreign investors, I believe, are also having the same mindset. They're locking in profits in small tranches, like imagine this 6%, and they exit. Okay, next is SMPH. SMPH also is attempting to revisit this previous support that we have around 28.31. See that? So just be extra careful, because we're now moving lower than the MA20 line. So I just see it dropping some more. And what I can suggest is for us to wait right over here, because at least you could haggle a few more pesos and enter at a much lower price. Overall, this is still considered a sideways movement. If it drops, it could just drop within this level, right? That area could be here or here. Either way, it's an area, so it might drop. So just take note of the 28.31. We have to see it holding first before we enter again. Like this one, you wait for a green candlestick to come out, because chances are that is your support already, because you have this level, and also this area to support our insides around this level being a support. Next one is Merrimart, another popular stock right now. Wow. So looks like this stock is already giving those people who have not entered yet a chance to also ride the wave. Provided, of course, 2.94, that key level right now is an MA20 line. So if that gets broken, then chances are it will go back to this previous support. Might drop here. Okay, so just be very vigilant and see if it will drop some more. Because sometimes, imagine that 5.77 in the Philippine market is already a big amount, and when it does that, there's a reverse reaction instantly. Sometimes, like this one, when it drops, it recovers. It where another example is something like this: drop, recover. So there. Okay, so just watch out. Use this as a possible area of support because that is an MA20. But if it does not hold, then of course next stop would be 2.48. We're still at a 52 level. Like close the other left. We're at the 52 level here for our RSI. That means the momentum is still there. And foreign buying, as you can see, is 198,000. So that there's still at least foreign investors showing interest in this stock. So the next one is now. As for now, also stabilizing. Well, the news that came out the other day about Now Telecom planning to do an IPO did not even move the price. So still moving sideways here, trying to strengthen the support around the 2.18 area. I just feel like this level now is a support, and it's just waiting for some more probably. Some more positive news for this price to move in the upward direction. Positive revenue in Q2. Okay, so just check out 2.14. Use that as our support. Next is LC. LC has been moving the past few weeks. Look at that. Big increase in the price, and now we're just consolidating. Look at that. We're moving just within this range. So I'm thinking we might experience a some more profit taking actions in the coming days. It's now moving giving us some lower highs. So when it increased, bounced, it did not even reach this level. And then the next attempt when it bounced again, it's much lower now. So if it drops, two things could happen. It could either stabilize at the previous support or create a lower low. When it creates a lower low, so you know what will happen next. That will now become a downtrend stock. So key level to watch out is 1.13. No, 0.1381. That is our key area. I'm thinking it might create a support there, but if it breaks, that's a big drop over here. Okay, so in the meantime, let's watch and see what happens around 0.1381. Dito, another popular stock. Okay, so let us see. I don't. We're sitting at a short-term resistance here, and we need to observe and really find out if it will break that level. For several days, it's attempting to break. And if there's really good sentiment, people are bullish about this stock. It could break that. Otherwise, it might go back to an area very near your MA20, which is around 3.12. So in the meantime, I'm plotting two key levels here because it could either break your resistance and move another wave, probably around 3.85, or it might go back to your 3.11. Overall, so there's still a big potential for the stock to grow. Even if you're just targeting the 8 peso level or 7 peso level, that's already a big increase in the price. But for the holders out there, when this stock becomes operational, I think the potential of this stock could go beyond 8.45. But I'm not mentioning any price because no one could really tell that. Pure Gold is the next one. Pure Gold also showing very bullish sentiment, but we are already at the resistance, guys. Look at that. So just right at the resistance area. Now, let us see if it will break that. If the price goes 54 and then it pushes the price higher, that's a good idea. I mean, that is a good move because we have I think this is a 52-week high. Yes, 54. And if it's giving us that 52-week high or even all-time high, um, the market will define, okay? Market will define the brand new resistance. And it could be just slightly higher than that, or it could go all the way up there. But at one point, the market will decide, okay, as we go higher and higher, um, you will see the price struggling to move further upwards. And once the body of the candlestick becomes smaller and smaller as we move higher, then you know what to do. We're uh, we're about to face a resistance level that could mean people will be taking profit, and then price will decline. Okay, so just a very interesting game here for pure gold. We're now, I think, we're at the all-time high for pure gold. So good luck for those people who are holders of pure gold, and congratulations for those people who really invested like in this these drops over here. You took advantage of them, and now you're harvesting. Soon we'll be harvesting the fruits of your patience. Okay, so there you have it. These are the stocks with very interesting movements in the past few weeks or even months. And I hope I was able to give additional insights that you may be able to use in your trades come Monday, no, on Tuesday onwards. Okay? In the meantime, thank you for watching and you have a great night. Bye bye for now.